All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome into Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Later today, I will post an Air, Fire, Earth, Water series for you guys. That is a weekly reading. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, our Thursday Pathfinder group is going to be held on Wednesday this week. I'm going to be traveling. So I will document a little bit of that travel. So you'll see where I'm going. I think you'll be interested. All right, let's see where we go. So the Thursday Pathfinder Live is going to be held on Wednesday. All right, we're going to start at noon and then at 1 o'clock, right? I'll keep going for 90 minutes. So the Wednesday and Thursday people will be together for all 90 minutes. Okay, all right, and we'll do Q&A. So Wednesday, normally we don't do a Q&A, but we will this week. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you. Let's see what's going on for you. Did you make it through the full moon? Pretty intense, right? Pretty intense. Yep, distant thunder. Pretty intense. Wise leader. Y'all. All y'all. Passion and pleasure. Beautiful. I definitely have this sense that there is a lighter energy. I'm going to do a video for later this week about Gemini season. And we are almost to Gemini season. So that shift from this Taurus energy, kind of heavy energy, especially if you're an air sign or a fire sign, and so we've been learning to work with that. If you're an air sign, if you're an earth sign, you're just loving it. If you're a water sign, you're probably loving it too. But now we shift into an air sign of Gemini. So I'll talk more about that and I'll do a reading later this week. You'll see that. All right, let's see what's going on here. So there's just this sense of like clearing. That full moon really feels like there was a lot of things that needed to be released, and the power of a Scorpio full moon eclipse season, connected to Taurus also on the other end. These are pairs of moons, new moons and full moons. And in eclipse season, it's even more powerful. It really activates everything it touches. So you might have really released any blocks to love, any blocks to deep connection. You might have released your current belief systems or your current feelings about a situation. Shadow work could have come up. I did a video about Scorpio full moon, so it's still on the channel, of course, if you want to take a look. We'll put a card right here if you want to. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Empress energy, beautiful, beautiful. 8 of Pentacles. It's almost like a little bit of other people around you, but you're this leadership energy here. All right, so let's see where we go here. 4 of Swords, Ace of Wands, 2 of Swords, Lovers, there's Gemini, Hermit, Virgo energy, and the King of Cups. Been seeing the King of Cups a lot. So some of you, on a very basic level, have a water sign coming in for relationship or something like that. It could be some kind of partnership. Some of you, I'm just going to say this, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. Some of you have been dealing with one of those signs, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. I'll get some additional guidance in the extended about those signs. Could be you, could be the other person. Also, I'll look at this King of Cups in the extended. But some of you are looking at your choices and deciding to be more loving, or deciding to build on your own self-confidence, deciding for yourself that you are worthy. So a lot of this time right now, I think the Taurus North Node experience that we're in is, I don't know, forcing, that seems like a little hard, but like pushing us to choose what we value. Okay. And like a lot of you, my value system was formed, for better, for worse, by my upbringing. Okay. And I think we might all share that, because that's where you first find out what you think is important, how your family incorporates you, for better, for worse, into society. What do we think as a society is valuable? But what do we think as a family is is valuable. And I do think there's some cognitive dissonance here between what the family thinks is valuable, which might be making a lot of money or being, married or I don't know, you name it, being a straight A student, whatever it is that your family finds valuable. I think this North Node transit, which is started earlier this year and goes till the middle of next year in 2023, I think we're now kind of looking at those value systems, and it's not that we're saying, oh, they're wrong, we're going to completely go away from our family. It's that you get to choose now. What do you think is valuable? So you may think the same things are valuable. Totally relevant, totally fine. Nothing. But it's your choice now. It's not something that you just kind of agreed with because the family said so. This is what the family believes is valuable, and so I'm going to do that. You might be looking at something and being like, you know what? I don't know if climbing the corporate ladder is for me anymore. I have less time. I feel like I'm getting burned out. I feel like I'm not making as much money as I thought I should be making. I feel like it's draining me, my other resources, my time, my love, whatever. It's like, the situation is kind of draining me. And it's like, well, I'm going to get my self-worth from inside. I'm not going to look to these values anymore as something that is giving me my self-worth or my value. I'm going to decide for myself what that is. So this is Four of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Two of Swords really going inside for inspiration. What do you think you want to do with your life? Just a little question for Tuesday morning, right? Like, what would you like to shift into that you feel is more relevant for your own personal values? Look at how you live your life. Look at how your family has reacted to your choices. Have you made choices just because this is what we do in this family? It's worth a second look. Okay. And I think you are looking at those decisions a little more closely. You're looking at these values and really trying to determine if it's worth it for you. Is it worth it for me to go through burnout, for me to stay married even though we're miserable? Is it like, what is it? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Now, some of you also are learning that your self-worth comes from inside, not from external sources. You're working on that. Standing in this Empress energy, I really like this, that no, this is what I think is valuable. Taurus, you're choosing what you think is valuable. And Libra, is it balancing to you? Do you feel balanced and grounded with this choice? Now, you might have to fight the fight with, if you're choosing something that is not a family value or is not the value of your friends or your community, then you might have a little fight on your hands. But it seems to me that what it does is it calls in the tribe. It calls in your tribe. It calls in your right person, right? This is about being more authentic. I'm surprised the Ace of Swords didn't show up, but it's kind of implied. When you get the Two of Swords, to me, it's like, okay, the Ace of Swords has already come through. The truth of this, like, oh, this is a reason why I'm looking at it. The truth could have been the lunar eclipse that we just went through. That could have showed you some deep yearnings you have, Scorpio, right? Could have showed you some deep belief systems you have, some deep ways of walking through life that maybe you hadn't kind of looked at very intensely at all, and just like, well, I just make these decisions because this is just what I think is normal. And so now it's like, I think this is draining me. I think this is something that I want to move on from. Some of you could look at your choices in love and realize that you're making choices based on paradigms that were in your family. I mean, that's a big thing for all of us. Like, we're raised with a certain type of love in our families, and a lot of us unconsciously replicate those patterns until we don't, but the only way to get to that place is a deep reckoning. And so I feel like that Scorpio full moon really gave us that opportunity to have a deep reckoning of what we think is valuable and what we want to pursue, what we want to create in our lives. We want to be a leader. We want to have fun and joy. Maybe fun and joy was considered frivolous in your family. Maybe it was all about the grind. Maybe it was all about being productive, toxic productivity. I definitely have that experience. And so whatever it is for you, it's time to take a closer look. And you might have even had some experiences over the last couple of days with this Scorpio full moon that have brought things to light. Okay. And it is about releasing. It definitely is about releasing. I'm going to get one about the hidden truth here, because I'm talking about the Ace of Swords as if it's here. We both know I am not the one for you. This card keeps coming up. And it does have a flavor of, well, I choose love partners rather unconsciously. I choose them based on my wounds. Okay. And that's Chiron. We just had Venus conjunct Chiron happen on Sunday. And that kind of like is this energy of nurturing. Okay. It's nurturing and seeing your wounds and not beating yourself up for it, but realizing that like, wow, I'm choosing partners based on a completely subconscious value system that has just been incorporated into me. And I just, now I'm conscious enough to choose my own. So some of you could have some life partners or some relationships that really need some deep healing. It's not necessarily about the person. A lot of twin flame connections, deep soulmate energy, all of this is about showing you these unconscious choices you're making. And it's not love. It's attachment, right? Learning about attachment style, learning about why we choose these people. And that's all great. But like, okay, now what? Now what? Okay, I realize I've been picking someone who is like my father, someone, just making it up, someone who has like a tendency to overwork and not be very warm and all this kind of stuff. And so, those aren't really horrible things. And in many ways, overworking has been supported by our culture. This is something that we revere. There's a lot of like illnesses that we think are good qualities in people, and really, burning the midnight oil and overworking and, being stressed. We kind of give that a little bit of props, right? In this culture. So this is about turning your attention from a pattern of choosing that isn't for you into something that is for you. And it's likely that this pattern that we're going toward does require your effort. It does require some active healing. It does require some investigation. Gemini time, right? In Gemini time, Gemini is the investigator. And if we just went through Scorpio, Scorpio is about the mysteries. So Gemini is investigating the mysteries that have come up to give you new inspiration. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to look at Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Virgo. If you are any of those Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I'm going to get some extra messages for you. There's a link below if this is your reading, you want to continue on. It's part of Pathfinders. The rest of the reading starts right now.